There's a set of abandoned train tracks about 3 minutes away from my house, half hidden behind overgrown bush, half swallowed by time. I've passed them for years, always from a distance, always telling myself I'd go see what really was back there. Finally, I'm going with my friends today to explore them. As we talk, the neighborhood slowly fades behind us. The pavement turns to dirt, and the hum of the traffic gets replaced by something quieter, wind slicing through dry grass. The faint clatter of loose metal in the distance, like the place is remembering the sound of trains that no longer run. These rails, they're not just leftovers, they're what remains of the old Union Pacific Dent Branch, a line that once pushed north out of Denver, heading towards farms, warehouses, and the Boulder Branch. Back then, trains moved through here every day, hauling grain supplies, whatever the city needed to grow. But like a lot of things out here, the traffic slowed. By the 2000s, freight barely came this far north, and somewhere around 2012, 2011, the last regular runs to 112th Avenue Industrial area just stopped. Union Pacific officially abandoned the lines a few years later, sold the right-of-way to RDT, and suddenly, this whole corridor had a different future. The N line commuter rail fast, clean, modern now runs along pieces of the same route that used to echo with freight engines. But up past 112th Avenue, the story changes. The trains don't come here anymore. The rails that remain twisted, rusting, half swallowed by weeds, marked the places where time didn't catch up. We're walking along Larrow Drive now between 104th and 112th. You can still see the hints of Old Row if you know where to look, a bent crossing sign, a line of gravel that doesn't match the rest of the ground, pieces of metal sticking out of the dirt like bones. Most of it is on private property, but the history still leaks out. It's kind of strange how a rail line can go from essential to abandoned in just a few decades. How a place that once connected cities can end up forgotten by most people living around it. But walking here, you can feel it. The Dent Branch isn't completely gone. It's just quieter now. It may be that's why we're out here today, to remember what still lingers, to step into the past for a moment before it disappears completely. Because these tracks, what left on them, aren't just metal, they're pieces of North Glenn's industrial past, and a reminder that history doesn't vanish. It just waits for someone to come looking.
You don't have no books, you have babies, you know. You have no, you know how many this is start big, so you can now focus completely.
There's a place under the highway where nobody really goes anymore. Cars rush over it every day, thousands of them, people heading to work, school errands, whatever they call everyday life. But underneath all that noise, there's a hidden world, a place that used to carry something very different. Sewage. It sounds gross, I know, but maybe it is. But history has a way of clinging to places long after everyone forgets what they were used for. Today, me and my friends are exploring it. When you walk down the slope toward the bridge, the air changes, it gets cooler. Still, the sunlight fades behind the concrete slabs, and the soundscape shifts from engines and horns to slow, steady drip of leftover moisture seeping through old pipes. You can almost feel the past hanging around you. Before the city expanded, before the highway stretched across this area, this tunnel system carried runoff and, yeah, parts of the old sewage lines. Over time, the city rerouted everything. The tunnels dried, and the pipes rusted, and the whole place was left behind, sealed off from what it used to be. We step inside, our flashlights cutting through the shadows. The ground is uneven, cracked, concrete old, stains, graffitied, layered, so thick it looks like the walls are telling their own stories. Every step echoes, it feels huge and small at the same time. Like you're somewhere you shouldn't be. But nowhere dangerous, just forgotten. Up and above, the bridge vibrates every time a car drives over. The whole place hums with the weight of the world passing overhead. It's weird, realizing how close people are just a few feet above us, without having an idea what's hidden beneath them. We walk deeper, there's a sense of discovery mixed with this quiet respect. Places like this weren't built to be explored. They were built to move water, waste, whatever the city needs to survive. But now stripped of purpose, they became something else. A time capsule, a secret, an echo of the city's underbelly. My friends' voices bounce around the tunnel, distorted and weirdly musical. We shine our lights up the walls, onto rusted pipes, brackets, and old bolts sticking like fossils. You can see where water used to run, craving smooth paths down the concrete, leaving marks that won't ever wash away. Here we have made it to the end of the train tracks. Here where the road starts, no trains run here anymore, just cars driving on the road.